Hello guys, and in this video it's another video on expectations vs reality, and we are still progressing in the journey of a software engineer, and this is going to be part 3. So we'll be looking at the expectations and the reality that we've faced. So in the previous video I told you what I expected and what I was generally what I was expecting when what I was going to learn at the university. But since I've already covered up the first semester, I'd like to present to you the reality versus the expectations that I had. So the first thing is that let's see the kind of courses that we studied. And the kind of courses we studied were principles of programming languages, development perspective, mathematical foundation of information security. Let me just highlight while yeah so it's mathematical foundation for information security. We have introduction to information technology, communication skills, discrete mathematics for ICT, calculus, and linear algebra. So these were the 8 courses that we studied in the first semester. So in my expectations, I thought that the mathematics wasn't going to be very deep, although I knew mathematics was important, but not to this level. But if you look very carefully, we have almost 4 courses that are mathematics based. So we have linear algebra, we have calculus, we have mathematics, discrete mathematics, and then we have mathematical foundation for information security. So mathematics is a very core course, and it's very important for a software engineer, and in Tanzania I can say generally or worldwide. And then we studied information to technology. We had communication skills, although I wasn't expecting it to be the way it was. I was expecting it to be much more practical on the way that an ICT person can use communication skills, but it was much more general in such a way that anybody could learn it. It wasn't very specific to ICT people. Then we have development perspective, where we studied different matters of the society, I can say politics, religion, gender issues. Then we have programming languages, where we studied C++. So if you remember, I will say that I wasn't expecting us to study C++ for a very long time, but it happens that the very first day we started learning principles of programming, we were introduced to programming in C++. That was very cool, and I really liked it. So those were just some of the things that I was expecting and what have occurred in the previous semester. I have not gone into details, but the first semester ended in almost like 2 weeks ago, and it covered for almost 4 months, and we are now starting the second semester. So let's check out on what are we going to be looking at in the second semester. So I've downloaded the courses that we'll be studying in this semester, and we have introduction to probability and statistics. This is also a mathematics based course, and yeah, we all know it's mathematics. Then we have numerical analysis for ICT. It's also mathematics, and there it goes. And then we have introduction to high level programming. I think we'll be studying C++ again, and maybe a bit of Java. And then we have introduction to database systems. It's very important. Then we'll be studying about networking. Then we'll be studying about software engineering. So it's been 4 months, but up to now we've never actually known the definition of software engineering, and some people have been asking me, what is software engineering concerned about? So in CS 123 we'll be studying introduction to software engineering, and I'll be answering those questions like what is software engineering focusing on. And currently I don't want to tie myself into any specific definition until we've studied the course and I'll be sure of what I'm talking about. Then I'll tell you what software engineering really is. It's not like I don't know, but I just want to have a point of reference in what I'm going to tell you. Then we have introduction to IT security. So these courses actually have a foundation from the courses in the previous semester. In introduction to IT security, we had the previous semester course, which was mathematical foundation for information security, IA 123, and This time we're having IA 1 to 4. They actually build on one another. So this introduction to IT security, I believe it's going to be much more practical rather than the mathematical way as we had in the previous semester. Then we'll be having the IPT Industrial Practical Training 1, where I believe we'll be doing a project, a particular kind of project we'll be working on, and it's a core course. As you can see, it has the highest ranking of marks. It's 9.6. None of other courses have that, so it's a very important thing. We'll be having a training that is much more going to focus on the actual implementation of what we've learned and what we may learn. And actually we'll be learning some things new. I believe we'll be learning Python, Android development, and other things that I'll be informing you on. So those were the semester 2 courses, and in the few minutes ago we've just looked about the previous expectations that I had and the reality that we faced. So this is going to be the end, and I believe you'll be on me in the part 4 of this video, of which I'm not going to say when it will be released, but I hope you enjoy this video, and thank you for watching.